Yo, welcome everyone to a brand new video, and today it's time for another Ironman League race video. Today we're racing around Abu Dhabi, and as you can see on the top of the screen, we are starting in dry conditions, and then towards the end of the race it should be raining. So there are 5 red lights and away we go, starting alongside Ismail Fassi and Joni Tormola in this race, starting at P14 because we are P7 in the constructors after the first race we had last week. Now side by side with Istvan Pukki in the Mercedes. You can see a lot of understeer.
Oh, the understeer.
Because of the cars being so heavy, of course, with 58 laps of fuel in the tank. Now it seems like we managed to get past Ismail Fassi here, so that's us up 1 position up to P13. And now this chicane is always very tricky, so we're gonna leave a gap to the cars ahead, but still
Yep, unlucky.
we got damage there because the car simply just...
Same thing as always, man. You got damage already. Yellow front end plate.
As the car pretty much stopped right ahead of us there because they made contact as well.
Yeah, you just gotta pray for a safety car now.
Which is probably the only thing we can do at this
That's
point.
all we can do.
With safety cars, the only way we can really get back into this race, because changing the wing is losing around 5-6 seconds in the pits.
Insane.
And yeah, you can't lose that amount of time in a grid like this. So now cars ahead are battling, and also behind Danny Beresney and Julian Klaffenblock are going side by side.
I cannot do too much from here.
So yeah, we're literally just trying to keep our position. We cannot attack at all with the damage we have. There was another car ahead of us who has damage, that's Lucas Blakely.
What? Oh my god, that's 2 warnings already.
As we have 2 warnings in lap 5 already. That's not great, as we haven't even completed 10% of this race yet. So there's still a long way to go, and we just have to try and keep it within the white lines for at least, and also keep our position, as Julian Klaffenblock is getting a lot closer. He's closing in a lot. We're going a little bit defensive. He's still going up the inside, and he gets the position.
Yeah, it was always gonna happen.
He gets the position for now, but you can see he's flashing, so considering we still have more battery, we get the position back up to P14.
He was low on battery.
So yeah, we are doing decent pace, I think, if he was low on battery as well. As now you can see the arrows behind are moving everywhere. It's Danny Beresney who made a move on Julian Klaffenblock there. So now we have him behind us again. As it's only good for us that they keep battling, as Danny Beresney got quite close there and luckily didn't send it. I think he was mainly just defending against Julian. As you can see, there's still...
I have to change my wing though in the wet, because I hate it to be only in defending position.
So they were battling quite a bit behind, which is good for me. And now Otis Lawrence, you can see in the top left, he managed to get past them. You can see it actually. Now he's lining up a switchback, but we're covering that off into this corner. As that's probably the only overtaking opportunity in sector 3 in that slow section. So we have to be careful there. But now the gap to the cars ahead is increasing a bit, so we have to be smart here.
There's no... Oh yeah, I got it. I will let Otis go though.
As I say, they're probably gonna let Otis go. We are low on battery, and he surely has more pace, considering he doesn't have wing damage.
I can't stay with them with the damage I have.
So yeah, this was probably the best thing to do. Also, it got a bit darker. You can see the clouds, so that means the rain is not too far away from this point. So yeah, it started raining actually and we decided to straight away go into the pits as we got a penalty there. It's a bit of a glitch. It's been there for a while already, but yeah, unfortunately we got a penalty because of that, as it should be completely allowed. Like everyone does it. Usually you don't get a penalty, but sometimes you do. So we unfortunately did. I think you can get it removed in this league, as they now do have stewards. But
it was absolutely not it.
You can see on the minimap, even the guys who boxed with me, like Julian in P18, he got overcut by many people. So yeah, this was definitely not the right strategy, but I just wanted to repair the wing as fast as I could. But now it's Danny Beresney, Jarno Opmeer and Lucas Blakely who still were out and only just boxed. So they have 2 lap pressure intermediates, and I was driving on more drier conditions, so their tires should be quite a bit better. I don't think the tire does too much, but I think at this point I was on 6-7% tires already, so yeah, it's not ideal that they have a small advantage to me, but yeah, at least we have our front wing again. We catch back up to the train, and now Danny Beresney is closing up to the Mercedes of Balint up ahead as well. So we're just gonna try and get past him as soon as we can, as we are on a full battery now, so we have to use that as well. Now into the chicane, he's going defensive, so we're not gonna send it there. No need really, as it seemed like he was struggling a bit with pace. So we just try to get a good exit and now use the rest of the battery we have on this straight. You can see we're closing in a little bit. We're going for a sort of dummy, and he actually outbraked himself. So that's us up to P17. And now you can see on the minimap as well that there are around 4 cars that are completely gone, and now there's another 3-car group that managed to pull away from the train we are in at the moment, as Jarno Opmeer is getting very close to our rear at the moment. He was really trying and going for it.
He wants it.
As I said, he really wants it. He is very close, using all the battery he has, I think. But yeah, with the dirty air on this game, and especially in the wet where there's no DRS and everyone has a lot of ERS, you can just, you can't do much with overtaking. I think we boxed around lap 10, lap 11, 2 intermediates. Now Danny Beresney is going into the box for a new set of intermediates. He's just gonna try and do something different. 20 minutes. So yeah, it's another 20 minutes. You can see in the top left it's lap 38 already, and we're still driving behind Istvan Pukki, and we still have Jarno Opmeer behind us. So I think also Julian in P17 tried to go for a move, as now cars ahead are just battling quite a bit. I think some people even got frustrated a little bit that we just can't overtake properly on this game with the dirty air there is, as we have the outside line in turn 1, and that was never going to be our position. But now we're just gonna try and get a good exit, as we're on 100% battery using that overtake, and now going for the outside. Nicholas defends the inside and he goes pretty deep there, but we just about made no contact, as Jarno is up the inside as well almost. So now we're gonna use more of our battery, and I did not want to make the same mistake as in lap 1, so we're going for the outside this time, but Nicholas brakes much later and actually sends it, I think, on accident on Istvan. But now because of that, I'm sort of boxed in, and Jarno is right next to us. But for the next corner, you really want to have the inside line actually. So yeah, we're sort of in the middle. Now Julian sends it up the inside and he pushes us wide. And it's Lucas Blakely who did a switchback because Julian pushed us wide. And now Nicholas is here and also made contact with Jarno, almost spun round. But now we're still side by side with Lucas Blakely and around the outside. But Julian pushed through as well.
This is luck.
As I say there, it was just a bit unlucky how we were sort of getting bumped on every possible corner in that moment. And now Danny Barisney is right with us. We're trying to send on Nicholas to defend against Danny, but now on the exit Danny is right behind Nicholas, so yeah, we can't really do much in this position. And Danny also has around 15 lap pressure tires than us. So we would never be able to keep him behind. But now again Nicholas and Danny Barisney battling it out. But you can see on the minimap how far away the other guys are. Someone is already going to start lap 43 and we are still at this point. So yeah, that's how much time you can lose. But now we're right behind Nicholas and actually going to try and go up the inside. We tapped him a little bit, but he goes very deep.
That was surely not because of my small touch, right? I don't think that has had an effect on that at least. Because you overshoot quite a lot. Oh fuck, should have gone in.
As it's now drying up.
My bad.
And I really thought I should have boxed there actually,
but so much faster.
Yeah, that came in my mind a bit too late. And cars behind were already catching, but the cars ahead are battling even more. And now we get past Andre in the McLaren. We are right behind Istvan. And this time we are actually going to go into the pit. So we're doing the exact same. This time we don't get a warning. So that's what it means, very inconsistent.
Just going for mediums, I guess. Oh fuck it, hard.
So I was not entirely sure if that was the right strategy to do, but we are gonna have a look at Sim Racing Center, because if you want to make sure that you do the right strategy, you have to have a look at the engineers they have at Sim Racing Center. It's Jonah Martin, Seb Kowalski and Timbo, all working in F1 esports, and simply one of the best engineers there are on the F1 25 game. So make sure to have a look at them if you want to make sure that you do the right strategies. And if you scroll down a little bit on the same page, you can see F2 setups. They have them as well if you have races, for example, with your friends. But this is something that is very good actually. Weekend track packages, and this just makes sure that for whatever track you want to race at, if it's a league race, if it's with friends, whatever, you'll be prepared as best as possible with setups, with the strategies, pretty much everything you need to make sure to win the race. So if you want to use that, make sure to head over to Sim Racing Center and use code Duncan for 10% off.
Changed my mind very last moment, but we'll see.
So yeah, a very last moment, I think the final second, we changed our minds and go to hards as we're going for a little switchback, but he didn't really like that idea, so fortunately we have to stay behind him. But now we are in P17 as you can see, and we decided to go on hards simply because I think in Spa last week the hards were a very good race tire, so I thought why not try it on this track as well, as we have Julian Istvan ahead of us, but we are in P17. Lucas dropped very far behind again. I'm not sure what happened to him. Maybe he got damaged again. Not entirely sure what happened to him actually. But yeah, we got past Julian Klaffenbroek there. Now Istvan Pukki is flashing and we are trying to go around the outside in this left-hander, but just about cannot do it there, unfortunately. But we don't want to lose the DRS to the cars ahead either, but unfortunately we did. So now it's Andre who boxed later and overcut us actually. So yeah, we lost a bit too much time battling there, but we just have to try and get past them as soon as we can. I think Istvan was pretty low on ERS at this point, so we are gonna go for a move on him as well and slot in behind Andre for the time being. And I'm not sure if we're gonna go for a move again. At least he's flashing, so he is low on battery, and I really don't want to lose position to Istvan now. So yeah, we're just gonna stay behind and recharge the battery. And also for this straight, I just want to make sure that as soon as I get past, I have a pace advantage, because we are on the hards as well, and I don't want to get eaten alive by 2-3 medium runners, because then it will be really hard to get back past them. So now we're gonna go for the overtake, and we still have 20% battery left. It's 2.2 second gap to Diego up ahead, but yeah, hards are not really working yet. So I decided to let Istvan go as well, just so we can work together and catch up to the cars ahead. Now you can see the gap came down to 1.9 seconds, and then on the next straight we let Istvan by again, just swapping a little bit here to gain some time. And I think now this is the last time that we swap, as this is also the moment that the hards were starting to work. And you can see in the top left, we have managed to catch up to the cars ahead and almost dropped Istvan behind. So this really was a crucial moment, as this was the point where the hards really started working. And you can see as well, I think Istvan even retired off the race. We are right with Diego and Joni Tormola, and we're gonna go for a move on Joni here, as he didn't have the DRS, and Joni is just slotting in behind, which is nice and very good for us. And then also getting past Diego, who is just letting us through on the inside, and it's a 5.4 second gap to Danny Beresnay there. So yeah, it's a bit too big of a gap to close in, but yeah, only thing we can do is sort of try and get a little bit closer, as we gapped Joni and also Diego now. So yeah, the hards were very good, and I feel like the pace in general was actually pretty decent in this race. But yeah, we missed out by 2 positions on points in this race, and it doesn't really matter if we get our penalty removed, as this is a very weird glitch that's going on. But yeah, you guys unfortunately cannot see the standings and the leaderboard after this race. But anyway, that was the race for this week around Abu Dhabi. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao, ciao.